Good morning, I'm Nils. In this video, I'll be talking about some of the differences between testosterone and free testosterone, things that men can do to raise our free testosterone, and why it matters. I should say first that I'm 72 years old. I'll be 73 in a few weeks. My total testosterone is not too bad. It's currently 782 ng per dl, nanograms per deciliter, but my free testosterone has actually been dropping. I'll be getting tested again in a few weeks, and I'll be doing another video at that time focusing on whether my particular interventions have been effective. If you're like most men, you probably do like to keep an eye on your testosterone levels. This might be a typical scenario. You get your testosterone tested, your total testosterone's somewhere around maybe 500 to 800 or even 900 ng per dl, and your doctor says you're doing great. But you may or may not feel great. You might be tired, your libido might be gone, you might be losing muscle, and your mood could be off. The problem might be that even though your total testosterone levels are high, your free testosterone is too low. This can cause a number of problems for men, in particular as we age. The problem is that our total testosterone tells us how much testosterone is in our blood, but it doesn't tell us how much our bodies can actually use. One way that I will sometimes view that situation is metaphorically. Let's say that you had a lot of money in the bank. You are doing great, but it's all locked up in accounts like maybe CDs that you can't access. So on paper, you're wealthy, but in real life, you're feeling broke. This is similar to what might be happening with your testosterone. Most of our testosterone can become bound to a protein called SHBG, or sex hormone binding globulin. When this happens, it becomes inactive. Only a small percentage might be available to use. This is why we can have normal testosterone or even high total testosterone, but not be getting the benefits that we might be hoping for. Increasing our free testosterone isn't just about making more testosterone. It's about lowering our SHBG and freeing up our testosterone, giving us, in theory, better energy, better sex drive, more muscle mass, and more mental clarity. So the good news is that we have strong evidence for interventions that are effective in raising free testosterone. Before you start tangling with your testosterone or free testosterone levels, I would say that it's probably essential to get tested properly. Ideally, this would mean testing your total testosterone, free testosterone, and your SHBG. If your free testosterone really is low, things that you might consider include taking boron, 6 to 10 milligrams daily. After just 1 week, studies show that boron can significantly lower SHBG and increase free testosterone. Losing belly fat if you are carrying extra weight around your middle. Fat tissue produces aromatase, which converts testosterone to estrogen, which is bad enough in itself for men, but it also then raises SHBG. In studies, men who lost excess weight, especially around their bellies, saw their free testosterone increase by over 40 pmol per liter and stay elevated for a year. Other things that could, in theory, help include eating more fat and more animal protein. Low-fat diets have been found to raise SHBG. High-fat diets lower it. Plant-based proteins have been found to increase SHBG. Animal proteins keep it lower. If you want more free testosterone, I would say try eating more animal protein and including more healthy fats such as olives and avocados or olive oil and avocado oil. Another thing that you might want to try would be taking a supplement called Tonkat Ali, 200 to 600 milligrams daily. Studies show a 34% increase in free testosterone in young men after just 2 weeks of taking it, and other studies have indicated that it has similar benefits for older men. Also, I would recommend taking a careful look at your liver health. SHBG is actually made in our livers. If our liver function is poor, and that might be from a fatty liver or drinking alcohol or perhaps having metabolic issues, our SHBG goes up. Support your liver by reducing or eliminating alcohol. We don't really need it. Nobody has a minimum daily requirement for alcohol. Okay, and then add to that maintaining a healthy weight and eating nutrient-dense foods. I take a lot of supplements, which in theory could be detrimental to my liver health. So just to make sure that I'm not causing myself problems, I get my liver enzymes tested every 45 days. In my case, they're fine, but I would not assume without testing that yours are. You might also want to think about checking your thyroid. Hyperthyroidism dramatically raises SHBG. If you have unexplained low free testosterone, you might actually want to get your thyroid tested. Treating thyroid problems can restore your overall hormone balance. And then finally, remember that training hard, for example, doing resistance training and high intensity interval training, it can help. Train hard, but don't overtrain, which can have detriments. In terms of sleep, I would say to aim for sleeping between 7 and 9 hours, both undersleeping, like sleeping less than 6 hours a night, or sleeping more than 9 hours a night, have been found to correlate with lower testosterone. Possibly related to that, I would take a look at managing your stress. So the things that I was just talking about, such as exercise and sleep in particular, and making sure that your diet is proper for your goal of raising testosterone, actually appear to matter more than supplementation. But if you're doing those things and you're still not getting results, I would, if I were in your situation anyway, take a look at possible supplementation. And so the supplements that I already mentioned can make a difference. We talked about Tonkat Ali, for example, can make a difference in raising your testosterone levels. And then there are other things that can also help to maintain high free testosterone levels. And they include taking fenugreek and optimizing your magnesium, zinc, and selenium, and doing things like red light therapy and several other interventions. I'll be making another video soon focusing specifically on some of them, and in particular on effective topical ways of using red light therapy. For a full list of things that are beneficial for improving your free testosterone while also maintaining high total testosterone, I would refer you to the article that I've linked below, which is a very deep dive into the research that specifically includes reference to free testosterone levels. So the takeaway from my perspective is that total testosterone matters, but it's not the whole story. Free testosterone has more of an impact on how we feel and function. SHBG is the key that controls how much free testosterone we have. So I would look at that connection. In closing, I wanted to mention that if you would like to support the work that I'm doing in both these videos and in the articles, and if you find them valuable, if you can afford it, donations are very helpful. If you can't, another way that you could support the channel would be to like this video, which of course tells the YouTube algorithms that people do appreciate it and they're more likely to recommend it to other visitors. Oh, and in closing, I also wanted to mention that if you do want to support the channel, a really good way to do so is to buy me a coffee. And I will put a link to my Buy Me a Coffee account right below the video. Thanks for watching.